What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Bulls faced the Charlotte Hornets today in what was an interesting game. Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic both back in the lineup for the Chicago Bulls. Both played off the bench as the Bulls picked up a great win against the Charlotte Hornets. Now, both teams did not provide their best offense today. Charlotte only scoring 91 points on the game. The Bulls barely cracking 100, but whatever the case may be, it is a game that the Bulls pick up a win from at home after losing 2 games on the road. It's a big win for the Bulls, and we'll face Charlotte once again away from home in a couple of days' time. Hopefully that momentum that we picked up in the first game can translate into the second game as well. Before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and whether or not you believe we did well in this game, your player of the game, and everything in between. Again, we won the game 104-91. And I guess the biggest thing I want to talk about in this video is obviously the key things that we saw and the experiments that we're trying to run here. And I guess how Zach LaVine and Vucevic played upon their return. Now, first and foremost, there's an interesting stat that I want to bring to the table here, and it shows everything that went right for the Chicago Bulls today, and that is that not one player that played in this game had a negative plus minus on the team. That basically means from the beginning to the end, we basically had the lead the whole time, and we had players that went on runs and, were able to execute, which means our bench did well, our starters did well, and it was a fair overall game for the Chicago Bulls to play. Very, very happy with this one. We saw multiple people in double figures today. I'm going to quickly dive into the points tally of these guys alone. I'm not going to look at every single stat, but I'm going to look at the points tally for everybody. And then we're going to talk about how Zach and Vooch played off of that bench today. So, again, Dalen Terry had 8 points on the night. 8 points and 4 assists for Dalen Terry. That is an incredible return for a guy that played 21 minutes, is a second-year player, started his first game, I believe, for the Chicago Bulls today, or first significant game, I should say, and he's not a scorer. He's not a scorer. He made 2 threes today, but he's not a scorer. And he delivered some big-time opportunities and big-time moments for the Chicago Bulls team, bringing energy, bringing defense, bringing playmaking, and bringing some points to the table. Very nice to see from Dalen Terry. DeMar DeRozan, 17.6 assists on very good efficiency, 6 from 10 from the field. Again, he wasn't massively aggressive today, only 10 shots for DeRozan. That's not normal. But in those 10 shots, he was able to execute a lot, able to get to the foul line, and able to play make. Again, sharing the ball was pivotal to the win. We had, how many assists did we have today? 29. Absolutely sensational from that department. Drummond had a 7 and 10 night. A nice posterizer. Got 3 blocks in the game as well. This is the rim protection that you need from your center, and Andre Drummond delivered that in this game. Fair play to him. Io had 12 points and 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Great night from Io. Finally, the shots that we see him normally take actually fell today. Again, good shot selections for Io. Good layups, good floaters, good threes. The difference is some of those shots fell today. In the last game, nothing fell for him. And you can kind of see the night and day performance when the shots do fall. Kobe White with the double-double, 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. 7 from 12 from the field, 3 from 6 from the three-point line. Excellent night for Kobe White. But then you turn to the bench. Our bench was very productive today. Zach LaVine, 15 points and 5 rebounds and 4 assists. 6 from 11 from the field, 1 from 5 from the three-point line. LaVine played unselfish. That's the thing I'm going to take away from this game. There wasn't that many times. Normally when you see Zach LaVine play, it's isolation, it's pick and rolls, it's, bad shots in the paint, step back threes, step back mid-ranges. I'm not going to say he never passes the ball because that's just a lie. The stats prove otherwise. He passes the ball. He averages assists. He does well when it comes to that. But I think the ball movement in general from the whole team does stagnate when Zach LaVine is in the team. But you didn't see that today. I think something that Zach LaVine said at the very end of the game in the press conference or in the interview kind of spoke volumes to what he wants to do with the Chicago Bulls team for as long as he's here. By the way, he did say that he loves and respects Chicago and that would never change, but he never really signaled that that means he's staying, by the way. So keep that in mind. But either way, as long as he's here, I think what he wants to do is to kind of play that same way that the Bulls have been playing this entire time. He sees what gets victories, and he wants to play a part in that. And sometimes playing a part in that, for a guy like Zach LaVine, it might take some time. Because LaVine is used to having the ball in his hands every possession. LaVine is used to making plays. LaVine is used to pick and rolls. And, you know, trying to be a guy that is a little bit more off the ball, maybe running in transition, maybe being the guy that gets the ball in the last couple of seconds to force up a shot or something like that, is not always accustomed to Zach LaVine. So, again, I think it's going to be very important how we use Zach LaVine in the future. How we shouldn't be taking away from Kobe White's game to improve Zach LaVine's. And how they need to work with each other rather than play against each other in many ways. We can't see a war of who's going to get the ball more. We need to see these guys play together well as a team. And so far, first game back, I can't complain about anything Zach LaVine did. I thought he did play some good offense. You know, transition offense, getting a lot of layups, doing a lot of good things in that department. Nice in transition. Play some solid defense. Not many times I can argue about Zach LaVine's defense. Efficiency-wise, he was over 50%. Can't complain about that. Maybe his three-point shooting needs work. He was 1 from 5 today. That wasn't great. But altogether, I really can't complain about Zach LaVine's game today. I think he did everything he should have done in his first game back. Didn't take away from other people's games, while also adding an extra 15 points to the game that we probably needed to win it. So there you go. Happy with Zach LaVine's game. Vucevic had 11 points and 7 rebounds, 3 assists. He was 5 from 12 from the field, 1 from 5 from the three-point line. Awful first half from Vucevic. Better second half. Much better second half. I think he only had 2 points in the first half. So he ended up having 9 points in the second with some rebounds, couple of assists. But Drummond did outplay him in my eyes, so we'll see how that goes. They both played very similar minutes. But again, this is the benefit of having 2 very valuable centers on your team. If Vucevic stays on the bench, great. If Drummond goes to the bench, great. They're both going to bring something if you give them the right minutes to do so. That is something that I like about Drummond and Vucevic. Jevon Carter even came in and had 7 points and 2 assists as well. 3 from 5 from the field. When Jevon Carter makes shots, it's very, very good to see. And then Terry Taylor walks in with 5 points as well. And that is the game for the Chicago Bulls. Again, so well balanced. Everybody had a positive or a 0 plus minus. That is very rare, in my opinion, for the Bulls to see, where everybody's having a great game. And it was a fun one to watch. Now, 104 points might not speak volumes to how well we played, but we managed that game well. We beat a team that we should have beaten at home. Charlotte do have a bunch of injuries as well. We didn't have Patrick Williams or Caruso. They didn't have LaMelo. They didn't have Gordon Hayward. They didn't have Mark Williams. So they did have a lot of key guys out. We took advantage of that, sure, but we walked away with a win that we should be getting anyway. So we'll see what happens in the next game. Charlotte, again, I think are going to provide a tougher challenge in the next time out. But let's hope the Bulls walk away from that game with a win, getting 2 wins that we should get, moving on to a very, very competitive couple of games after that. That's going to be me for this video. What do you guys think? Thank you for watching, and drop a like and a follow and or subscribe if you are new. My player of the game is Kobe White with the double-double and 6 assists. Can't complain too much about that one, but again, fair play to everybody for contributing well to a great win. And shout out to Billy Donovan as well for having the key awareness to put LaVine and Vucevic on the bench, because this starting lineup did so well for the games that it's played. Shout out to Billy Donovan for making that tough decision and not forcing the starting lineup and the big 3 to play together straight away all the time. I hope it continues, but honestly, I don't know. But at least for the first game, I respect it. The guys were coming back from injury. Give them minutes restrictions, put them on the bench and see how it works. I think this was a good opportunity to do it. We saw how it worked. We'll see if it works in the next time, whether they're starting or coming off the bench. Have a wonderful and safe day, Bulls Nation. I will see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.